Welcome to One-on-One on God 101. Our guest today is Bowie Jane from Big Brother 25.
Yay, g'day, Julie.
Good day, Bowie Jane. All right, we have a lot of catching up to do since the finale of Big Brother. It's been a few months. But first, God. Did you grow up knowing the Lord?
Look, I did go to a Methodist school. I would say I didn't go to church. I don't really have religion in my life. However, I have so many friends who do, and I think it's a really important thing for a lot of people. I think it gives people faith, structure, a community, something to believe in, and I think everyone has their different feelings about their faith. But yeah, I didn't necessarily grow up with God, but I did go to a Methodist school.
What did they teach you in the Methodist school?
Actually, my school was really interesting. I went to a girls' school, and actually the same school as Kate Blanchett, believe it or not. And they were very sort of open to all religions. So they actually talked about all religions rather than just talking about being Methodist. So I thought that was really good, so that I could have an understanding of all the religions in the world.
Yeah, that is amazing. Is this in Sydney?
In Melbourne.
Oh, in Melbourne. Okay, yes. Which I hear is Melbourne kind of like the New York City, and Sydney's like the LA, right? Or is Melbourne like San Francisco? I can't remember, but
no, that's correct. Melbourne claims to have the best coffee in the world, the best restaurants, the best culture. Sydney, there's a big rivalry. Melbourne, Sydney. So Sydney's beautiful. Melbourne is too, but Sydney really is a stunning city. So
I haven't been to either yet.
Oh,
but that's going to change. I pray. So let's talk about your time in the Big Brother house. Was it what you expected?
Look, I expected it to be really tough and very difficult to win. I went in there with a week-to-week strategy, and it was what I expected, but it was a lot more complex than I expected. It was like chess on 11, like so many different layers of chess. It's the hardest thing I've ever done, for sure. And I don't think people who haven't played Big Brother, they just probably don't realize how difficult it is. You're dealing with people's emotions. You've got to also strategize. Should you be winning competitions? Maybe, maybe not. You get kicked out the next week. So yeah, I did. Before I went on the show, I made sure I listened to every breakdown podcast, every interview with every guest. I watched lots of seasons. I thought I had a good grasp on it. But what I didn't expect is for there to be 400 alliances. That's where things went a little bit different for me. So having, obviously with Jared and Sari, that part, I did not know that was a mother-son situation. And that meant that they could be in every single alliance. Now that really meant the game became a bit tricky. So that's the part that was different for me.
But even though you didn't know that until finale night, you made it farther than them. You made it to the final 3.
Yeah, that's right. I'm really happy with how I played. And a lot of people said, oh, would you change the way you played? And I said, actually, not one thing would I change, because I went in with the strategy that I'm not going to ruffle any feathers, that I'm going to join the big alliance straight away, thinking there'd be 2 and there'd be breakdowns within the big alliances, and that I was going to not win too many comps, not be seen as a mental threat, not be seen as someone who's too strategic, even though, of course, I am extremely strategic, being a lawyer. Hide that and hide my athletic ability as well. So try and go in with that. And also, even from the moment I walked in the door, I went, right, Sari was on Big Brother. Sari was on Survivor. I'm going to go into the room that she's going to sleep in, because I knew alliances form from the bedrooms. So I went into, right from the very first second, I was strategizing, but not making it obvious to anyone, of course. And then making sure, I threw every comp until, even the wall, I did not want to throw that. That was annoying to have to throw that. But if I'd won that, I would have been out the next week. I can guarantee it. So all those little tricks along the way. And eventually I found my people about week 6 and stayed with them right through.
Your people meaning the mafia?
Yes. Well, when I got blindsided, that was a huge shock to me, because I didn't understand what I'd done wrong for people to be they could have just told me that Red was going, I thought. But now I know the complexities of the different alliances. I guess maybe that's why I was lied to. But from that moment on, I went, cool, I don't trust these people. I'm not going to tell them that, though. I don't trust them. I'm going to find people I can trust. And I went straight to Jag and in the gym and said, hey, I'm not with any alliance. You know, I'm open to discussions, chatted with Corey. So then I basically joined up with Corey, America, Matt and Jag. And also Cameron was floating around in that too. But those were the people that I really did want to work with. And after the double eviction, when people proved that they were dedicated to that alliance, which we refused to give a name because we were too scared. After that, I went, this is great. Okay, now I can start winning comps because I think someone will have my back.
Yes. Now, on finale night, when Jag was making that speech, sitting before you and Matt, and spelling out that he was going to take Matt to the final three, were you surprised, or did you know he wasn't going to take you?
I would say up to 2 days before, I thought there was a really good chance. I thought I'd made some good headway with him. But I knew the night before, I could feel it. I was like, I don't think he's going to pick me. But his speech was a little all over the shop, as in it seemed like maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. So, but I knew at that point, and I'd already mentally prepared for that. So I was like, you know, I'm from a sports background. Don't be a sore loser. Like, he's doing this decision because he's trying to represent his community. I'm cool with that. But the reality was, look, when it was going from 4 people to 3, and that was the decision for him to either choose Felicia to go or for Matt to go. Now, I could have encouraged him to get rid of Matt, and I think I probably would have been in the final 2, and who knows what would have happened then. But I just couldn't make him. I thought he's going to feel really bad about this after the game, and to me, life is more important. We've come this far, and really Matt did save him. He kind of does owe him. So it is what it is. I thought I can't be the one to try and convince him. He has to come to that decision himself because I don't want to be responsible for that after the game.
Who do you keep in touch with since Big Brother ended?
So I've been in touch. Obviously, we're all on a group chat, but I've been Jag's been staying with me. I've probably seen him every day for 4 weeks. So Matt, I've caught up with. Riley was staying with me as well. That was awesome. I absolutely love Riley. Corey in America, Cameron we caught up with, and Red. And they're the people who've been in, and also Blue. So these are the people who've been, I guess, in LA. But I caught up with Corey in America and New York. But I obviously have I really love Corey in America because I got along so well with them in the house.
Safe to say you made friends for life.
I really did. And I did come into the game. That was part of it. I thought, you know, it would be nice to come out of here you're on phones, not on technology. This is a good chance to actually be like a kid again where you've got nothing to do and you just have to play games. Yeah. So, yeah, I've come away with some great friends. I'm really happy.
Your parents flew all the way in from Australia and sat in the audience of finale night. What did they say to you afterwards?
That was crazy. That's why when I came out on stage, especially after being in that house for it felt like 2 weeks when it was just only the 3 of us. I mean, it probably was less time than that, but it was just so weird to come out and see my parents, Jag's siblings, and Matt's parents. That was crazy. I didn't think they would fly from Australia. I kept saying to the cameras, I hope my parents fly from Australia, but I really didn't think that would happen. So I was so excited to see them, and Mum had bought a laptop just to watch the live feeds all the time from Australia. So it was pretty funny. They got right into the show. All my friends in Australia got right into the show, so it was good.
You're a criminal defense attorney by day and defense, right?
Yes, that's right. Yep.
And by night, a club DJ. What is next for you? What's happening? What have your coworkers said to you?
Well, luckily, the legal fraternity are in Australia, so they don't really know what's going on. And this is how I've always lived my double life because I'm usually releasing my music in the UK or America. So I've always lived the double life. I really enjoy being on stage, and I'm really concentrating on my music at the moment. Of course, my background has been working on Bernie Madoff litigations and all sorts of massive money laundering and tax fraud cases. But yeah, it's not very flexible with my music, so time-wise. So I kind of have to focus on one or the other. So at the moment, I'm focusing on my DJ stuff, and I have a gig New Year's Eve in Edmonton, Canada with Matt and Jags. I'll be DJing there, and hopefully a Vegas residency coming up. That'll be cool.
From your mouth to God's ears.
That's right.
Bowie Jane, Big Brother 25, thank you. Godspeed and God bless you.
Thank you, Julie. I really appreciate it.